Malaysia, a country geographically split in two. West side is on the Malay Peninsula and the east side on the island of Borneo. Today I would like to share with you the possibility of Malaysia getting split in different countries. I chose this country because of their colorful history. You see, Malaysia is not exactly a united country, rather a federation. After the indigenous tribes united and declared independence from the British Crown, they created the federated Malay states, which featured all the current states of the Malay Peninsula, but not the Borneo regions. This held from 1895 to 1946, when the Malayan Union took over, gradually adding the rest of the current Borneo states. But then, things changed. In 1946, this union was transformed to the Crown Colony of Penang, named after the main colonial city, and in 1952 it was again renamed to Crown Colony of Malacca. Keeping the history short and oversimplified, in 1957 Malaysia got its current name, flag and form, being a federal constitutional monarchy like Australia. Today Malaysia consists of 13 states and 3 federal territories. Can you imagine all these becoming independent countries? Well, you got to the right place. The largest country that would emerge would be the Sarawak. Occupying the area of 124,450 square kilometers and having a population of 2.8 million people, most would live in the capital of Kuching. As we will see with all states and all federal territories, they all have their own flag. So we don't have to speculate how it would be. The flag of Sarawak would be this. And given the fact that it is closely associated with Brunei, their flag similarities do not come with a surprise. The second largest country would be Sabah, with an area of 73,621 square kilometers and a population of 3.8 million people. Both countries are located in the East Malaysia region on the Borneo Island. The capital of Sabah would be Kota Kinabalu, and the flag features the mountain Kinabalu. Now moving on to the Malay Peninsula for the rest of the states. The third largest country would be Pahang. This country would be as small as Taiwan, with 35,965 square kilometers, but would have a very small population of just over 1.5 million people. The capital would be Kuantan, and their flag would be quite unique, as the only black and white flag in all over the world. Next up is Perak. A country of 21,146 square kilometers would be as big as New Jersey, with a population of 2.5 million people. The capital is Ipoh, and this would be their flag. It kinda resembles the old imperial flag of Russia, but with no relation at all. Next up is Johor. Johor is a slightly smaller country than Perak, but with a far bigger population of roughly 3.8 million people. The capital is called Johor Bahru, and this is the first of many flags featuring the Islamic crescent. Going north, we find Kelantan. A country smaller than Kuwait, occupies an area of 50,040 square kilometers and a population of 1.928 million people. The capital is called Kota Baru, and the flag is mostly red, featuring the white coat of arms of Kelantan. Moving slightly to the east, we find Terengganu. With the capital of the country being Kuala Terengganu, most of the 1.2 million people would live there, in a country that will be just under 13,000 square kilometers. Next up, we move to Kedah, one of the smaller countries of Malaysia, occupying an area of 9,492 square kilometers. But this place is densely populated as 2.2 million people live there. The country's capital would be Alor Setar, and their flag is mostly red again, with the coat of arms of Kedah on the upper hoist. Just south of Kedah is Selangor. This is the most populated country of Malaysia, with 6.5 million people, sharing an area of 7,951 square kilometers. And Shah Alam, the capital of the country, situated within the Petaling district and a small portion of the neighboring Klang district. And their flag is influenced by royalties, Islam, and political symbols of the state. Next country is Negeri Sembilan. Just south of Selangor, occupies the area of 6.6 thousand square kilometers and a population of 1.1 million. The capital is called Seremban, and the flag is yellow with the coat of arms at the upper hoist. The symbols are predominantly depicted in red, black and yellow, traditional colors of the Minangkabau people, who are the original settlers of the region. Up next is the country of Malacca. The capital is Malacca City, hosting half of the million population of this country. It only occupies 1,712 square kilometers, making it the 170th largest country in the world, or let's say 25th smallest country. Up next is Penang, a country of 1,049 square kilometers and 1.7 million people calling it home. The capital is Georgetown, established by the East India Company in 1786, being the first British settlement in Southeast Asia. The flag of Penang consists of 3 vertical bands and an areca-nut palm on a grassy mound in the center. And the last state that would become a country would be Perlis. Perlis is as small as 819 square kilometers with a population of 250,000. The capital is called Kanga, with 49,000 people living in this city. The flag resembles the Ukrainian flag, but with inverted and darker colors. Moving on to the federal territories, all these 3 would be city-states. The largest one would be Kuala Lumpur. With an area of 243 square kilometers, equal to Liechtenstein, and a population of 1.7 million people, Kuala Lumpur would be the most dense country of Malaysia. And as a city-state, the capital is called Kuala Lumpur. Most of the economic activities of Malaysia are located in this city, so one can assume that Kuala Lumpur can be like Singapore with a very cool flag. Up next is the Labuan territory. Labuan would be an islandic country as small as 92 square kilometers. This island is home to 100,000 people, and the capital is called Victoria. Being so close to Brunei, Labuan could create new trading agreements with their wealthy neighbor. Also, their geographic positioning is very strategic for trading routes with Philippines, Brunei, Sabah, and Vietnam. Their flag kinda resembles the Dutch flag with a Malaysian crescent and star. And the last country would be Putrajaya. Putrajaya, with a population of 116,000 and a total area of 49 square kilometers, would be as small as San Marino, well, smaller than San Marino, the smallest country of Asia, and very close to Kuala Lumpur. Would be very interesting how this country would operate, both in services and trade. In an alternate scenario, Selangor could assimilate these 2 city-states, Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya, making a very strategic and smart move. But all these things are just a hypothetical scenario. It is very unlikely that this will happen, at least at that extent, because each state is very much linked with each other, at least those in the western part of Malaysia. But since there is a common system, a relatively stable political scheme, a unified economy sharing the same army, Malaysia will stay put for the years to come.